All right. Welcome to the third episode of The Real World, REEL, not Real World. It is a nostalgic nod to MTV's The Real World. And what we do here is look at reels from big figures in multi-level marketing, in the scamosphere, in the, I guess scamosphere and influencer sphere are kind of the same thing. But today we are going to be focusing on Brittany Dawn and all of the things that have happened recently with her settling with the state of Texas and also her religiosity, something like that. So I'm going to run the intro again. I'm so sorry. And we'll BRB. All right, this is the first reel that we're going to react to, and it says, you can't just ignore all the hateful things about you on the internet. Maybe you can. I mean, I think she does. Let's see. Can I press play here? Just me covered in the armor of God, and I think this is a Christian movie clip, and it's a guy in a sweatshirt. So different scenes, same guy, me covered in the armor of God, and then trolls operating in the spirit of slander, which I didn't even know that was a thing. I don't even know what to say. What? Can I just ask? Can I just ask a couple of questions? If you are the one that did shitty things, why would that then mean that you were fair game for people operating in some kind of spirit of slander? That's not even biblical. What are you talking about? Also, like, the girl looking back wistfully at the tall dude is just ugh. Just a little creepy. That's okay. That's okay. Okay, so here's the reel, and I will rewind it so that we can make sure to hear all of it. It is Brittany Dawn in her car with her seatbelt on and her glasses. I mean, I love a good pair of glasses. I'm not going to say anything. We don't do that here. Okay, I'm going to rewind it. Ready? Go.
So my team just informed me, I went in to get a coffee. I'm almost in tears. My team just informed me that my podcast is now number 4 under the religion and spirituality category. Oh my God. Like, I didn't want to do this. I was so scared to start a podcast. Only God could do that. Oh my gosh. You guys are incredible. You guys are literally incredible.
Ma'am, would the SEO and the people finding your podcast have anything to do with you being sued by the state of Texas because of how you treated people in your business that was just too popular? And can I say one thing? If you've listened to her podcast, I know if you listen to my channel, you may have listened to a few of her episodes. What am I going to say? Am I going to say awful? If you like a mouth sounding like it is full of saliva and then the microphone inside the mouth, that is what the podcast sounds like. And then you have twisty theology and someone never taking accountability for their actions. Yum. Just makes you feel good inside. I don't know, I don't even know what is the number one in the Are we going to look that up right now? Yes, let's look it up. What's number 1 in the religion category on podcasts? Listing for religion and spirituality podcast rating. Number 1, the Bible in a year. Okay. This is for the United States. Number 2, the Bible recap. Number 3, the catechism in a year with Friar Mike Schmitz. Number 4, whoa, that's a good podcast by Sadie Robertson Huff. If y'all don't know the duck, what's it called? There's a group and they sell duck calls. That's her dad. Candace Cameron Bure, number 5. Bible Project, number 6. Timothy Keller Sermons podcast by Gospel in Life. Tim Keller, I don't think so. Follow Him is number 8. Unashamed with Phil and Jace Robertson, which are related to Sadie Robertson. They are all in the top 10. Road to Carthage, a Joseph Smith Papers podcast. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, coming in at number 10. When was this done? This has to be new, right? I don't see... Here, Control F. Chiseled. Okay. I think she forgot to say 74. I think she said 4, and I think she misspoke because she's 74 in top podcasts in the United States in the religion and spirituality category. Oh my, it's number 74. Here, you don't believe me? We're going to take a screenshot. Number 74, chiseled and called. Do you think that she misheard her team and she forgot to say the 7 and it was actually 74? Here we go. 74, not 4, 74. Top 100. Kudos to you. She just heard 4. She just heard frickin' 4. Oh my God. Coming out of survival mode for the first time in 6 years. Why were you in survival mode? Because you had a business that was too popular and you were too greedy to get help so that the people who needed their custom plans never got them and they were just getting copy and pasted stuff? And you said that your age was so much of a factor that you couldn't make good decisions? Really? What? Okay. I'm just being an asshole. Extreme fatigue and processing everything you avoided for years. I'm sure she's tired. I would be tired if I got sued by the state of Texas. I don't care if it's criminal or civil. I'm sure I'd be tired too. I'd be tired too if I was monetizing my fostering journey and exploiting kids online as well. I'd probably be tired too. I'd probably be tired by taking advantage of people on the internet, in my opinion. I would probably be tired too. This may be content warning for some of y'all because if you don't know anything about her husband, Jordan, he used to be a police officer, and I think that he left the police force after a situation with police brutality. So this reel I ended up pulling because it's so wild that she is even going to say he's super chill. You can look up the video online yourself. I'm not going to put it in this video, but you can look up the video online yourself. Here we go. I don't even believe this for a second. I know it's for like a trend, but when you let your husband interrupt you every other word on your podcast and you're so meek and submissive to him, I've red flag city for me. I'm not even a fan of you, Brittany Dawn, and I'm not a fan of how he interacts with you online.
These filters are getting so out of hand, you guys. That's the first image, and she does have a filter on. But if you didn't know, Instagram, if you're within Instagram and you take a picture with your front filter, there's a filter on it, even if you didn't put a filter on it. How do I know this? Because when you go into your camera app and you take a picture with your back camera, that same picture of your face does not look the same as what comes out of Instagram. There's a filter on everything. Okay, fine. Let's go. Play.
Filters are getting so out of hand, you guys. You know that I am a no filter girly. I've used a filter maybe once or twice here or there, like if I feel like I'm breaking out in the last 2 years, but it's literally, I can count on one hand the amount of times I've used a filter. But this one, this is a little too much. This is not my face. This is not what I look like. This is not my makeup. This is not me at all. This is a filter. And if you move around, it doesn't change. If your hair falls in front of your face, it does not change.
Oh my God, maybe I need a filter.
This is too much. And this is what's wrong with our society. We're putting so much pressure on women to look a certain way that we suddenly don't feel good enough in our own skin. This is the real me. And it's taken me years to get to the point where I love how...
Ma'am, that's still a filter. That is still a filter. This is still a filter. This is still a filter. This is a filter. That's a filter. This is a still. She's saying it's taken me years to get to the point where I love how God made me. Sure, God, you made you this way, and so did TikTok, Instagram. This is still a filter. This is still a filter.
Oh, wait, here we go. There's more.
God made me. I love my skin without makeup. I love my skin without a filter. And I'm not going to let a filter take that from me. And you shouldn't either.
Far be it from me to say anything because I'm not your makeup guru. And I just have a light on me right now that it makes my skin appear better than it is. And it's still not good. Here's my sun mark that's not cancerous. And I've got my freckles and my redness and my little eye spots. It's okay. This is just me. We're just here to hang out. I'll take filters for $200, Alex. Get ready for this.
This next reel, you're gonna lose your mind over because remember that suit that she wore in the meeting that was streamed to the internet from the courthouse? The blue one? I guess before it had started, she was filming herself, her lawyer's office. Just get ready for it. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
When your business blew up at 23, you bit off more than you could chew, made mistakes, and got sued by the state of Texas. I'll take no accountability for 1,000, Alex. Oh, Daily Devil? Great.
Well, if it isn't the consequences of my own...
She didn't even wait for it to say... well, if it isn't the consequences of my own action. She didn't even wait for the end. And I guess I can give her a little bit of kudos for making this real. I give her 12% kudos. All right, this next one is called I Deleted Social Media for 25 Days. And if you missed the stream where we looked at those videos, you can probably get caught up on the meaningfulness of that in this one. I fasted from social media for 25 days and... I felt so alive, at peace like never before. She's walking across a crosswalk. She was riding her horse. She's holding a puppy, and she's at she said, I was more productive than I've ever been. Do not tell me that you are recording with a Shure. Don't even say it. Don't even say it. That's not possible. There's no way on God's green earth that your post-production can sound like it does with that Shure. Danielle Ryan has this, and her audio sounds incredible. How does your post-production sound like that with a Shure? Because she's probably too close. It's probably way amped up for no reason. I was more productive than I've ever been. And she went to the rodeo. I worked out. Oh, intimacy with the Lord grew. I thought about to say blew my mind. I'm wrong. Intimacy with the Lord grew and his voice became so loud. This looks like it's in Austin. Intimacy with the... Okay. Same caption. Now we are looking at cows. And now we have the blue suit. And now she is taking care of her horse. And if you don't know the bad PR behind her horse situation, she has so many appearances of her taking care of her horse and so many reels. It cannot be an accident. It cannot be an accident. Oh, ice cream? Distraction-free memories with my husband and friends. You're still storing everything so you can monetize it after your social media break. Okay. I thought she said she didn't have any friends from when she got sued by the state of Texas and that nobody stood by her and that she had people who she thought she trusted but she didn't because nobody everyone thought the worst of her, but she reel after reel after reel has friends. I don't know. So many vivid dreams and visions from the Lord. And then her taking care of her horse again. Friends, and then the rodeo, work towards dreams and goals that had been set aside, and then that's in San Antonio, and her filming her quiet time with the Lord in perfect hair and perfect makeup, and then photo shoots. I watched the Lord heal my past trauma in my stillness, and her horse. Watched breakthrough happen in areas of my life that felt stagnant. Horse again. From a marketing perspective, I have never talked to the stable that manages her horses. I've only seen some of the posts from them. I've seen some of the Reddit. I've seen some of the stuff that's happened where maybe there was allegations of her not caring for her horse. And the strategery, that's not a word. Is strategery a word? I was watching Vanderpump Rules. It is a word. Yes. And I was thinking about all those times I get to edit myself out when I'm like, it's not a word. And they never, I don't know, the crew makes them look like maybe not as smart as they are. What she does to address things said about her online is not a coincidence, is what I'm trying to say. She literally filmed herself in the office, in her attorney's office, to gather content for her social media at this point when she was allowed to speak out about it and monetize it. What? Me, quote, God, my life feels over with this lawsuit, ... Look what they're saying about me, end quote. What are they saying? Show us a screenshot. God, what if it's just the beginning? We'll play it all the way through. Sorry. I forgot to read the captions because she doesn't read them for us. Watching the Lord give me courage to speak the truth for the very first time in over 4 years. What truth? Settling with the state of Texas doesn't mean that you won it, or settling isn't winning. Encountering deliverance, freedom, realizing God makes new beginnings when you feel like you're at the end. What is it, theologically speaking, if someone, and this is no dissing, like if you are a good Christian, can I ask you this? What is it when you do something bad and then it's your fault and your actions harm other people, and then you're saying that it was the enemy working against you, and it's actually all in God's plan, and everything is going to work out? I don't know how to explain it, but at some point you have to say, I did bad things to people, and I'm going to pay restitution to the people that the state of Texas has said, you need to pay back this, and we're going to slap you with this amount. So that she had to pay back $100,000, and then she got slapped with a $300,000, like, don't do this ever again. And if she doesn't pay off that money, then she has to pay the attorney's fees for the state of Texas. It's just twisted here. I hate it. Encountering deliverance, freedom, and realizing God makes new beginnings, even when you feel like you're at the end. One day, you'll look back on the mistakes that molded you and see that it brought you right to the feet of Jesus. So you are saying that you had to harm people so that you could get closer to God. No. What can we say about that? Hell no. It would be different, I think, if she had said, I was so immature and I made so many bad decisions that had myself at the forefront, didn't take into account anybody that was paying me money, and I got away with it for so long that I didn't feel accountability for my actions. And thankfully, the state of Texas stepped in and sued me, and then I got to rethink what was happening, because nothing would have made me rethink my actions other than financial accountability. And I was wrong for doing that. And I was wrong for not caring about people. And I was wrong for taking advantage of my customers. The customers that were harmed by either not getting a workout or getting a copy and pasted macro workout when they were going to be getting a custom workout, or even just in general getting any macro workout from someone who's not a registered dietitian. What? This one's titled, I Was Suffering Silently, and this is a precursor reel for talking about why she did the things she did that led up to her being sued by the state of Texas. That's what this is. When the girl who looked like she had it all together was suffering silently.
I'll be fine. I'm completely and utterly fine. I'm fine.
Abusive relationships, divorce, being cheated on, and debilitating codependency. Abusive relationships, divorce, being cheated on, and debilitating codependency.
I am fine. I'm fine.
Eating disorders, depression, and scandalous photo shoots. She didn't do any scandalous photo shoots. She had shorts and shirts on. I mean, like, do whatever kind of photo shoot you want to do. Like, I don't get it. I've seen pictures of her on the internet. She has shorts on, and she has a top on, or she has a swimsuit on. From growing up in church, when I was in church, the youth group, all of the girls were always required to have a dress code so that we wouldn't make the boys stumble. Like, our tops had to be like 3 or 4 fingers thick for a tank top. When our arms were down, our shorts had to go an inch below our fingertips. We had to test before we went to camp. We'd have to raise our arms so that our shirts wouldn't come above our shorts, so that no one would see our stomach. We'd have to go with a one-piece bathing suit or a tankini that you still had to do the raising arm thing so that your tankini would not show any of your stomach either. And the boys had no dress code. They were allowed to go in their swim shorts and no shirt to go swimming. And the girls were always, we also had to do the bend over thing where we had to have a shirt and we'd have to bend over in the front to see if someone could see down our shirt. So this whole thing that she's playing into is that girls or people who dress like girls or whatever are the problem, rubs me the wrong way, because it's not us being the embodiment of evil making people stumble.
I'm always
Promiscuity, panic attacks, anxiety, porn, pill abuse, and cancel culture encouraging me to take my own life. I hope that if you're doing that on the internet, get off the internet. If you are or saying that someone should harm themselves or end their life, you should get off the internet. Seriously, that's not okay. The whole thing about the promiscuity and her saying that she was dressing provocatively and now being conservative, and what does that play into? In that it plants a seed that anything that happens to the weaker person, if they are the one that's dressing provocatively, it's their fault. I'm not here for that. I don't like that. It just it sets in your mind as a kid that you're always the reason, if me as a girl, that, oh, you better not be in the wrong place. Your hair better not be like this. Your shirt better not be too low. Your pants better not be too tight. Not that my dad ever did that, but the rules, all of the restrictions on the rules on the girls, and that you never taught the boys how to have self-control. Or you're saying that you are not like forced to behave in a way based on something you visually see. Just like, for example, if you've watched Shiny Happy, whatever that documentary is about the Duggars, but if you used to watch the Duggars on TLC, when they would go out on trips, it was always the girls' responsibility to walk with the boys, and they were always searching for provocatively dressed women or inappropriate advertisements, and they would say Nike to their brothers, and their brothers would automatically look at the ground. It was always the responsibility on them. Like, that weight should not be placed on them. It shouldn't be placed on them at all. Not just because they're the sisters. You're not saying like, oh, these people are an uncontrollable object of your desire, and you now have no self-control.
Fine, don't you know that?
I fought to find my purpose in the fitness industry, in my body, in my looks. Fair?
She's fine. She's always fine. That's her problem.
I reached the end of myself after trying to find happiness in the world.
That's her problem.
I met Jesus in my attempt to end it all. And I hope that she did not attempt to take her own life, because that is devastating. And as much criticism as I have for her acknowledgement of what she did in the series of events leading up to her being sued by the state of Texas and now her PR tour, I would never want someone to hear the criticism and have it be so heavy that they don't want to live anymore. That would be awful. I watched as he healed every broken part of me from the inside out. I watched him gently call me away from the glory and into his... I watched him gently call me away from the world and into his glory. Then what is... You're still on social. I watched a miraculous... oh my God, her foster kid. I watched a miraculous transformation as the Holy Spirit consumed me. And she is baptizing people in a bathtub. And I reached the end of myself that night. Oh, when I reached the end of myself that night. It was just the beginning of his love story for me and another picture of her foster baby. And her friends. It was just the beginning of his love story for me. Why are we recording this? What others ran from, Jesus intentionally ran towards. No one was running from you. They said, what you're doing is wrong. Please stop scamming people. Please return the money that you took from people. That is it. That is it. And when another part of her horse, and when you encounter a love like that, I'll rewire you from the inside out. It'll rewire you from the inside out. This is her event that she had, the $600 person or whatever it was. And then baptizing people. Jesus saved my life and then gave it back to me. Here is the next one. New Age beliefs are dangerous. Exposing the dangers of New Age at our women's retreat, the one that she has people pay for. And suddenly people start manifesting. And if you don't know what manifesting is, there is a belief in the Christian church that you, like anything can give a hold to the enemy. So that you could be participating in things that would let you be possessed in a way, but that would give you a physical reaction to hearing truth. And here, and if I'm not saying that right for the ministers in the chat, you can let me know below. So she is teaching about the dangers of New Age at our women's retreat, and suddenly people start manifesting because they're hearing the word. She has also started saying that Taylor Swift is demonic. some of the stuff that she's saying is twisty. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to say. It says, I'm not going to lie. Oh, she's going to talk.
Lie. There's a piece of me that really wants to fast. As silly as it sounds, really wants to fast from lash extensions. I'm not like convicted of it or anything. Like I've never felt convicted over lash extensions. Maybe some people have, but I haven't. But I kind of want to try it. However, my top lashes are so stumpy from years of wearing lash extensions. My bottom lashes are super long. Like you guys can see, those are my real lashes. I don't know. I kind of want to try it.
When they ask to watch a scary movie, but you're not going to open you or your spouse up to demonic activity as the gatekeeper of your home. No. I'll read that again. When they ask to watch a scary movie, but you're not going to open you or your spouse up to demonic activity as the gatekeeper of your home. Yep. You heard it here. What? In her podcast, she talked about all the people who had rejected her, who had abandoned her, who thought awful things about her because they believed everything that was being said on the internet about how she treated people with the money she was making, with the macro program. And then she has posts like this about the people who never forsake her.
Stood by my side when I think they visibly saw me in so much pain.
And she's using audio from Selena Gomez.
They didn't want it for me, but sorry.
Oh, no, it's...
They never stopped loving me.
I picked these reels because it was a combination of the twistiness in her perspective about the lawsuit and the stuff that she is spreading about the Bible. So it's just twisty.
I need you to understand the tactics of the devil so you can tell him no. The enemy is looking to break you before God takes you to this next place. You are on the edge of the thing you were created for, and because of that, the warfare on your life is as intense as it has ever been. It's like hell had a huddle and said, she's too close to the door. Every demon that's available, get in front of the door and stop her. Whatever's in front of you cannot stop you, because Revelation 3 says, I've set before you an open. You can't see that the door is open because the devil's standing in front of it, but if you just keep walking, he's going to have to move. He's only standing in front of your promise to see if you realize it's yours or not. The devil's hoping you don't know who you are.
It seems to be a complex situation that it is, and again, if you're a Christian, let me know. I know there's lots of people who are Christian or believers in the chat who are not douche canoes, okay? And I will say this. Would it not be important to work on foundational things that are taught, like, the 10 Commandments, like foundational stuff, before you get in this complex theology twistity about the entire, legion of hell trying to stop you from going to the next level, and you're talking about next level in the world, which is like a corporate thing or a money thing that doesn't really have any foundation in theology. Wouldn't it be like loving your neighbor, or not lying, or not scamming the shit out of people, And I know there's some people who believe in the chat, and everyone's welcome here. And and if you don't believe, you're welcome too. And if you believe in something else, you're welcome too. Ray and Brittany Dawn and others look at commentary and critique from like channels or pushback from people saying like, please stop harming others, as that they are doing the right thing and that they are in God's will because people are coming against them because they're Christian, which makes this even twistier because I don't think they're ever going to listen. I hope maybe someone who likes Brittany Dawn maybe finds my channel and like wakes up a little bit. I'm not saying like, oh my gosh, don't interact with Brittany Dawn. I'm saying like, speak up if you haven't been blocked yet. And she said that she all did all this stuff before she was Christian, but then on her podcast, she said that she became a believer when she was 16, and then she was a non-believer until she had her reborn believer thing when she was 28 or whatever, 27. And this is her no makeup filter look, but her non-filter look, because she says she doesn't use filters, even though if you know anything about Instagram, you do have a filter on your face even when you do not swipe for a filter. If you're shocked about that, I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry for bursting your bubble.
To hop on here and remind you guys that your quiet time with the Lord does not have to look picture worthy. Your quiet time with the Lord does not have to look Instagrammable or aesthetically pleasing. And if it doesn't, that's okay. Like, look at mine. Literally, like, that's not, I mean, some people might think that looks picture worthy, but in my aesthetic eye, that's
in my aesthetic eye, that's not picture worthy. I have a few curls that are just gracefully framing my face. I've got a perfect skin. I've got a slightly undone flannel shirt to show the coziness of what I'm doing. I've got a luxurious home. I've got $1,000 or a couple $1,000 MacBook. I've got my Bible and my notebook just angled strategically. I've got my little decorations up here at the top, and you're saying it's not picture worthy. And I've got the sunshine from the natural light from the window that I'm filming in front of, just giving me the perfect skin glow. And I've got perfect teeth. It's not aesthetic for my eye. You wouldn't have posted it if you were not okay with whatever messaging that you are sending to your people.
That's not what I would take a picture of. And that's not why I'm having quiet time. I'm not showing up into the Lord's presence to show off that I am there. I'm showing up into the Lord's presence to show that I love my Father. And I just felt like someone needed to be reminded of that in this digital holy girl era.
Ma'am, you have participated in building the digital holy girl era. You may even be at the top of what we call a pyramid.
Me trying to be a wife, foster mom, spend time with the Lord, appointments and foster parent meetings, work out 5 days per week, read my Bible, run a ministry, drink enough water, remember to eat, and keep my work ranch horse tuned up. She puts her horse in every single one. Is this like a ego pump, an ego boost? This is the last one. This is the icing or the cherry or whatever ending thing that you want on top. Oh my God, we didn't even lint roll. Well, I guess for the last reel, we're gonna lint roll. My mom found my lint roller for me. Also, Flint Roller has a on-brand purple lint roller that I sent to the people who won. I know not everyone likes purple, but purple's like our brand colors here. I'm just trying not to lint roll the hell out of my hair. We're ready. Let's go. When you confirm it's criminal to harass, dox, bully, or stalk a Texas resident, and it's your turn to fight back after 4 years of silence with a filter.
Tell a friend to tell a friend. She's back.
She recorded this on the day she went to court in her blue outfit. I was looking for Spotify to see if she had posted her next drop in her podcast because it was supposed to come out yesterday. Are we surprised it didn't? I don't know, Spotify. If you were here and if you're a member of the Snarkies, thanks so much for joining me while behind the scenes while filming this video. And everyone, I guess, on the replay crew when this video drops, thank you so much for your support. I hope you like the Real World series with this episode of Brittany Dawn. And if you did, feel free to like the video, leave me a comment, and subscribe if you're looking for more commentary on all things twisty here on the internet. On the internet. I'm not going to cut that out. Okay. Thanks so much, and I will catch you on the next live stream or the next video. Okay, goodbye.